Feels like I'm meant to strike. Flat earth beneath my feet, knowing I'm here to meet. Ocean's edge, it calls my name. Purpose in this life's game. Horizons line so clear, God's love brings me near. Flat earth made by him, my journey long yet thin. Purpose found in every day, guided by his gentle sway. Mountains tallly stand.
Yo, Fluffs, what's up? It's good to see you all. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. Woo, we're going to have an exciting one because you've got the most exciting person in the internet here. The most, how can I put it, smartest person alive, Bob the Science Guy. Yeah. What's up, Ryan S., Rigger, PJ, Michael Khan, the boss, and Dave, Sovereign Soul. How's you guys doing?
Yo.
Excellent. And I love the thumbnail. I'm going to put that on the streams now. The last one and the next one. Oh no, I'll just put it on the next one because it says part 2 on it. Right, cool.
Yeah, but I can change it all the time if you want to.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'll just put this on the second one. This is cool, man. I love it. This is brilliant.
Like it.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Hi, welcome, guys.
What's up, Jam?
Can Boss ask you a question?
Hey, Chris.
Hey,
Mhm.
What
You're
did
doing
Bob
fine?
teach?
He doesn't teach nothing. That's the whole thing.
So he didn't teach science.
I think he was a pharmacist.
Bit like Adam Meakin then, yeah?
Yeah, I think a physician. Yeah, and then he decided like he sees his channel as teaching science apparently, something like that.
So he teaches things that aren't his field, that's all I'm saying.
I think so. Wow.
Yeah, but we need to establish these facts when we're dealing with these people who claim that they're science guys. Like, how are they claiming that they're science guys?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can just call myself Dr. Flatswood if I want to, because heck, everybody's just saying PhDs and stuff for no reason.
That's my point. Yeah. That's my point. So we need to understand what he taught if he were a teacher at all. And if he weren't, then he's a liar.
Exactly.
If he's not teaching science, he's a liar.
Right.
You know, we have to establish these things.
Yeah. But I think he does talk about this kind of stuff with.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Bob a Glober or?
Yes.
No. Yeah, he's
Yeah, he's full-blown globe-tard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's pathetic, man.
Yeah. And a scientist too.
Well, no.
Okay, not really. Okay. No,
He has one of the biggest observatories in the world out here. The best.
Yeah, built out of plastic.
No, I never saw him. No, it's the first time.
That's on my everybody. New thumbnail for tomorrow is already on. So
See, that's another one too. That's another one right there. Just like along with my idea that these people have gotten into some kind of trouble, and they've reduced their trouble by engaging in this behavior, engaging online. Man, I'm telling you, it's part of that. It's part of that defense.
See, you've updated it. There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. I love it. Excellent.
Glad you like it.
Thank you very much.
No, it's a pleasure. I told you I'll do it for you guys. So.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, so this is Carl Adams. I do pray for him because he's a Mormon, and he's got the he does what the flat earth scientist or something. So he believes he's got the flat earth school of institute or whatever. Nice guy though. I must say he's a nice guy. I got nothing against Kyle, although some of the information he brings isn't 100%. But yeah, Kyle's a nice guy. I do pray for him because he's a Mormon.
He's about 10 steps above Bob, isn't he? Like, you know.
Oh yeah. Anybody can be above Bob, by the way.
So he's a flat earther, is what you're saying, right?
Carl Adams is a flat earther. Yeah.
Good.
and he had Bob the Science Guy on for a chat. I must say, Bob
Sweet.
has picked up some weight since the last time I've seen him.
Yeah.
Nice. He's beefed up, man. He's beefed up.
Maybe he got too much. Maybe he got too much stress after debating me.
Went into comfort eating.
He's got a bit of a gout neck going off.
He looks smarter like Professor Dave does.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what he says. What the hell is an anarchist? What do you think, anarchist? Oh, it's supposed to say a narcissist, guys. Sorry, damn spell check.
An
It's
anarchist.
A narcissist. Okay.
What if you were a narcissistic anarchist?
Antichrist.
Ah, yeah.
Antichrist too, yeah.
Well, I do
And
believe he's not.
anti-Semitic.
I
Fuck
do-
it, we'll throw them all in there. We'll just get them all.
Well, he is actually an antichrist, isn't it? Because he is a atheist, as far as I know.
Absolutely.
So he's antichrist part of it there. So what? Josen backup. Like you all have room to insult. What are you talking about? Anyway, someone's got technical background noise.
Well, probably me.
Sounds like a TV.
That's me.
Yeah, boss. Okay, so you guys ready to start? Everybody in the YouTube lands, thank you for coming. Please
Just be known, boss can make background noise and you can't say out.
Okay,
For sure.
let's see
thanks.
what the. Okay, gonna get to the beginning, and then
Okay, we're good.
loud enough.
All right. So I'm a firm believer in loving your enemy and good sportsmanship.
Yes.
So I really wanted to take the moment to get to know you better. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I don't want to dox you by any means, but your email, it said you're a doctor.
Mhm.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm a retired physician, or semi-retired, I should say.
Okay, I want to ask a question. Does it make you a doctor?
Not anymore if he's retired.
No.
Is Adam Meekin a doctor, guys?
No, but a physician in America is a doctor in the UK, like so.
It depends.
I,
But what
I would
kind of
imagine
physician did
if
what
he's
kind
a
of
doctor,
physician
he's a doctor of like health. That don't make him a doctor in astronomy,
psychology or whatever?
other things like that. You know what I mean?
But this is the issue I do see with a lot of these guys. They get a PhD in one sort of field, and then they think they know everything else.
Yep.
So, I mean, this is what we see with Professor Fulbell as well. So,
No.
even though the guy's completely wrong, he's adamant he's right just because he has PhD behind him. You know what I mean? That's not how it works, man. You don't
These
need to have a
people-
PhD, though, to know things, but you don't need to fall back on your credentials just because you got credentials. Doesn't make you the smartest guy. I mean, some of the dumbest people I know have PhDs.
That's true.
Yes. Piled
And
high and deep. That's
They're
what
much
that
more
stands
programmed,
Mm-hmm.
sadly.
for. Yeah, stands for piled high and deep. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No command of the English language half the time.
No.
Okay, Vicky.
I know. I keep muting and unmuting when it gets loud, and it's loud again. I'll mute.
Well, I see it, Flash. You've actually learned how to do your homework now. So.
Physician. Okay.
And I'm back in school right now to become a teacher.
Cool.
That's
Cool.
my retirement job.
All right. So
Oh, kids are gonna
how
love
long
you.
have you been fighting the flat Earth? I guess you can say.
Let's see. Well, as I recall, back in November of 2018, when flat Earth was a thing, I saw.
Whoa, when flat Earth was a
It's
thing,
a thing. It still is a
Still a
thing.
thing, mate.
always been.
Yeah, he needs to get out. Yeah.
It's an even bigger thing than 2018.
I know.
Yeah, it's always been a thing, and it's growing day by day. What's this guy talking about?
Oh,
Yeah, that's
sly
true.
little digs there, yeah, when it was a thing.
a video that said basically to the effect of airplanes have to dip their nose in order to fly around the curve of the earth. And being a pilot, I knew that wasn't true. So I thought maybe I would just do a quick video at my dining.
Yeah. You don't
Well,
have
the-
to know.
The fact that you don't have to dip your nose should tell you something right off the bat there, bozo.
Of course.
Holy crap. I never have to dip my nose in my plane while I fly. Well, no shit, Sherlock. It's because it's not a globe.
Yeah, and while he was debating flats that day, he was saying the same thing whilst demonstrating an airplane around the globe dipping its nose.
Yes.
And now we have pitch data. He doesn't have a leg to stand on.
Let's see, I think I got a short still on that.
Don't make me get my globe in my little airplane, man.
Yeah, get your glove in there. Do it.
When Bob, that guy who smashed into ground nose first?
He could have been.
I reckon it were.
That's why his face looks like that.
Air crash face.
I never heard about it.
Okay. Yeah, Michael, they got a lot of TV noise in the background, right?
Oh, my bad.
And Vicky groaning noise.
Would work with a stationary Earth relative to the helicopter hovering, but that doesn't prove that the Earth is stationary. You still have to do that.
So if we flew a plane with the rotation of the Earth,
Yep.
but we set the plane speed at 500 miles per hour, does it moonwalk backwards because it's going slower than the rotation?
Why would it? I told you it's relative to the surface of the Earth, so it's moving
Right.
across
So
the surface of the Earth at 500 miles an hour. The rotation doesn't have anything to do with it.
So it's
Yeah, the rotation hasn't anything to do with it. So stationary then, Bob.
What?
Exactly. Exactly. Relative, so the Earth relative to the plane is stationary.
Oh man, it's
You know what?
I'm
You know what they don't
I can't
realize?
understand how these people just don't get. I want to say it's turning, but I'm fighting for it's not turning. So believe me,
Yeah.
it's turning.
It would work with a stationary Earth relative to the helicopter hovering.
Sorry. They don't realize that they've got no way out. They're in a losing argument no matter what they claim.
Of course.
Yeah. That much argumented like the plane just have to keep their heights so they don't fly straight out. That I heard often here when we talked about planes.
But yeah, I think it's very clear that Bob likes talking out of his ass.
Oh, absolutely.
We saw that when we had when I had the debate with him.
Dining room table on my iPhone, and just kind of settled the issue and moved on. Well,
Said, okay.
then the fight began, and 700, 800 videos later, I'm still here.
All right. So it was all coming down to just
Fucking
whether or
shit.
not planes have to dip the nose. That's an argument I still hear a lot today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You hear the same arguments all the time. They never change. Cold moonlight,
Yes, we know
the
that.
Earth, you can't measure the curve of the Earth. You can't
Well,
measure.
you know why the
Why would
arguments
they
don't change though, and they do change, by the way. They
Exactly.
just-
Why would they change if they're true? You know?
Yeah. Doesn't he know that if you actually answered the argument and rebutted it, there would be a different argument to rebut? But if you don't actually give an answer for an argument, it will stay an argument.
Of course.
It's like a fly flying around. If you're not going to squat the fly is just going to carry on flying around.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you may ignore it won't mean the fly is not flying there anymore. It's the same with the arguments. Bob, come on. Give us the pitch data for planes dipping their nose down. Come on, Bob. Show us planes accounting for Coriolis, Bob.
That's so
Show
true.
us gas burst out of container, Bob. That was a clown.
Show us some evidence, Bob.
Mm.
Rotation of the Earth. These are all just standard arguments from the script, and no amount of data or evidence will be satisfactory to the people that do it.
What data? I'm still
Pitch
waiting for his data.
Pitch data.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting to hear from Brian's Logic when he can come on, and they're gonna have an exciting show about the pitch data. I think it's gonna be very, very fun.
That'd be cool.
Because myself and Brian have been asking these pilots for years now for pitch data, and they can't get it to us. Weird.
But did you hear it?
They didn't want to give it to you. That's what it was.
No, they could have given it. They just didn't because they knew what it proved. Turns out that it's freely available.
And Brian's gonna, and that's why I'm not gonna present it yet. I'm gonna wait for Brian
Pay
to
for it, and they'll not get you, and blah blah blah. It turns out it's freely available.
So when you say pitch data, you mean the airplanes what doesn't need a runway? Okay.
Yep. And this is why I'm not going to present it. I'll wait for Brian to come on and then present it as well. Definitely awesome.
There's something about the G they add to it that they think it's curved, but it's not. It's really funny. Yeah.
Oh wait, I see you sent a super chat earlier, Roger. Sorry, I forgot about it before the show.
No problem.
He says still reminds you of a young Indiana Jones.
It's Bobby.
Bobby boy.
Thank you for the super chat, man. You rock.
You're welcome. I got a fire to put out.
Oh.
You know, flat Earth is a conspiracy theory.
Really?
And it becomes part of their identity. The people that are proponents of it.
Whoa. Does he know he's talking to a flat earther right now? So he's talking to Carl Adams as if there's a third party person here. What the hell? The third person. He's right in front of you, Bob. He's a flat earther. You're telling the flat earther they. It's just a conspiracy theory. They, flat earthers. Guys, a flat earther interviewing you. Are you too dumb to know that?
Well, he's a complete narcissist, so he's not going to be able to see that.
I don't understand what conspiracy theory is.
Exactly.
Have you realized we still haven't got any Glober to explain how flat Earth is a conspiracy yet?
No, they haven't.
Yeah, and conspiracy isn't something bad because people have more look to it into a topic.
Yeah, but what is the flat Earth conspiring to do?
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Really weird.
It's twisted because people conspire to push lies.
That's right. That's right.
So it's twisted. Like the globe's they're conspiring to push a globe.
And if you attack the flat Earth or show that the flat Earth is wrong by presenting evidence, they view that as a personal attack.
What?
And respond accordingly. So, I try and understand, the causes that bring people to things like the flat Earth, and and try and have some sympathy for it because.
Whoa! When I debated Bob, what sympathy did he show?
None. I mean,
he was so disrespectful. There was no.
He also just said he tries to understand what brings people to flat Earth. I'll answer that straight away, Bob. No evidence of a globe.
Yeah, when he just said, when I bring evidence, what evidence does he bring?
And flat Earth doesn't need any sympathy. It just needs a bit of research from people. That's it. It doesn't need sympathy.
A bit of humility, I'd say.
Well, a bit of humility, absolutely, as well, yes.
A bit of humility to understand that you've been lied to. That's all you
need. Yeah,
it's quite hectic. But you can see Kyle is biting his tongue now because he knows everything this guy's saying is just bullshit.
What the studies have shown is that a lot of people that are in flat Earth had some sort of a personal tragedy in their life. That caused them to doubt everything.
What? That's total lies as well. I'm sorry, has anybody had any total tragedies that caused you to become a flat earther?
No, that's
no, not at all. Huh.
No, but
not that I harm me.
They just make shit up, man.
Yeah, where's this information come from? What study shows this? That's bull. But
You see,
Wait,
this is,
1 minute, right? Everybody has personal tragedy. Everybody loses loved ones. Yeah,
of course,
no matter if
that
you're a flat
doesn't,
earther or a globe earther.
no,
that doesn't cause you to be a flat earther, though.
no, of course it doesn't. Of course it doesn't.
What's he talking about? That doesn't cause you to become a flat earther. So as Bob says, and he's been making a lot of claims, he should have evidence for this claim, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Show us the studies for these, Bob. For this, Bob.
I've never heard that claim before. Never heard that one.
To me,
Wow.
They previously believed in, and they become overly suspicious of things. They believe everybody's lying to them. They think they have special knowledge.
oh my word,
No.
And
all the cliche stuff that nobody believes in. This is the same straw man idiocy that they always push. Does anybody else think everybody's lying?
Not everybody.
I think this guy's
Not at all.
No, they just don't know. They believe that a lot of people, they believe this shit. They think that, but they've never given it a thought. They were told they were smart for knowing that. They were just told that, and they, memorized it, got through their shit, and there they go. You know, these people, a lot of that, especially it's even worse now because they're not even actually teaching. All they're doing is teaching the answers to the test, to a standardized test.
Of course.
And they're not really discussing, how did we get to this answer? It's even worse. So they just accept these answers. These facts. Here you go. You're smart. Now here's a piece of paper. Go be a slave.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, exactly, Matthew Eastman. Who are you, Bob? It's more like the other way around, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the opposite. You really have to use a lot of time for it to get the knowledge, the truth.
That's right.
To watch into it.
it just becomes a lifestyle for them. And it's hard to overcome that. But the main reason that people like me are out there on YouTube is that there are people that really want to know how things work. They want to look through telescopes at live at satellites in space.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see these things for themselves. They want, they've heard people say, well, how would you measure the curvature of the Earth or the rotation? Well, I show them how to do that. Show them how to measure the distance to the moon from your
Right from your backyard.
How many times do you have to explain this to the guy? Calculations are not measurements. It's not hard to understand this, Bob. A calculation is not a measurement, and your measurement, you are assuming a globe in the first instance. So you're making that calculation fit your narrative.
This guy wants a Nobel Prize for his back garden.
Kyle. Oh, man. I'm interested to see what they chatted for an hour and 18 minutes. So far, it's just Bob
Pretty
making it up.
your backyard, how to measure the distance to the sun, how to track the ISS
to
and
the sun.
calculate its speed and
Oh, his
altitude.
backyard wants a Nobel.
Sorry about the dogs.
Yeah? What you say?
I said I told you his back garden wants a Nobel Prize.
Yeah. So what's the distance to the sun, guys?
He knows it. I don't
No
know.
idea.
Couldn't tell you. I know what they
That
think.
he
Weird
can
how
check it
through the
out in
years-
backyard.
But don't you guys find it weird how the distance to the sun has changed throughout the years?
Oh yeah. What from what? So a few hundred thousand miles to what, 1 million to what, around 9 million to something
Last
else.
3 million.
We had Copernicus come up with 3 million miles. That was his.
Million.
3 million miles.
It's gone up 90 million. It went up to 105 million once, and then they dropped it back.
Back down again, yeah.
That
Weird,
must be the oscillating, the back and the forth. It's here and then it's there.
See, that's why they keep having to change their radius value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird, because the radius value hinges on the everything working in perfect tandem. So if the
Yeah.
distance of the sun is out, their radius value has to change again. So they have to keep it now at 93 million miles. They got no way to change it anymore.
No, its radius is if you change radius, it destroys all the measurements in space because they assumed Earth was the same size as Venus.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Must suck to be a baller.
Everything based on a guess.
Think about it. Their whole faith-based religion hinges on very constant ratios.
Yep.
So if one of those things are shown wrong and they want to change the ratio, it puts everything else in whack.
Yep.
So they can't change it. They're forced to keep where they are because as soon as they're going to say, okay, we have to change something, it's going to show everything else was a lie.
Yep.
How did they send people with those specific orbits? How did they space? How did they put satellites in space with those specific orbits of math? Oh, I thought your radius changed now. So
that's why you get trolled so much, though, because you're pointing out them mistakes. They don't like it.
No,
they don't like that at all.
Yeah. Hey, Earth is live. People in the house. What's up, man? $5 special says, can you explain why you believe calculations and measurements are fundamentally different, given that both involve deriving numerical results?
Oh.
Simple. If I take a ruler and I measure this pen, I can tell you exactly how much it is. It's physically measured.
Yep.
Now, if I just pick up this pen and say, I calculate that is maybe 2 millimeters, and I'm going to calculate that piece there is maybe 4 millimeters, and then that is maybe 300. Does that mean that I calculated that perfectly?
No, of course it doesn't.
Calculation can say it's a certain size, but until I've measured it to validate it, that calculation is just a calculation.
Well, I had a troll comment to me yesterday. Show me one measurement that doesn't involve a calculation.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'll let you all think about that.
Oh, goodness.
Say it again. I missed it.
Show me one measurement that doesn't involve a calculation.
Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
A new name in. Azam. How's it going, Azam?
You can imagine what my reply was, can't you?
Laughing.
Yes.
Laughing face slap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hello, Azam. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good.
It's good. Glad you could make it.
Azam.
They sit down and like to talk once in a while.
I get you.
But,
Yeah,
and what it did for me was it kind of, when I first started doing this back in 2018, obviously I've got some education and I've taken physics and things like that. But if you asked me in 2018, 2017, how to actually physically demonstrate the rotation of the Earth, I wouldn't have been able to give you a good way of doing it.
You still can't, Bob.
No.
Just because you went to go study physics now doesn't mean you are able to demonstrate the movement of the Earth. Because there is none.
No.
Like I said, this guy needs a Nobel Prize because he'll be the first man ever to be able to prove Earth's rotating.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, Bob.
I mean, not even their brilliant mind, Einstein, could get it right. So what the hell is he doing?
I got to ask you a question. Why worry about it? That's my idea.
Yeah,
Just live.
Doesn't this fit into what my documentary says?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he feel the need to prove this to people? Why? What, Bob? Why do you feel the need to prove your religion to people?
I think I answered that in my part on your documentary.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I can divine people's thoughts, but I think these people have an emotional investment in space, and Flat Earth takes that away.
Amen.
That's why I think they have to fight it, because they're emotionally attached to space travel, space, planets, all that kind of thing.
Think about it. A lot of kids grow
Holiday
up
on the
with a little mobile over their crib of a little solar system and shit, right?
Mhm.
It's true.
That's exactly get indoctrinated from a young age.
Always.
And if you take away their toy, their favorite toy, they're going to fight back. And that's exactly what these guys are doing. Tony Woodkin, I want to say thank you for your £5 super chat, mate. He says, Earthspin, yet I have a photo in my living room of people eating lunch on a girder at least 500 feet up and not whirling off.
Yeah.
You rock, Tony. Thank you for the super chat, man. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there is no Earthspin. I don't know what these guys are talking about. They love saying there is, but they don't show where there is. That's the weird thing.
But
And one of the things about flat Earth is that
Right?
I was just saying, but hurricanes flat side.
Oh yeah.
Hurricanes prove Earth spinning.
Of course they do. It's so funny.
And then we show actual demonstrations of how wind patterns happen thanks to thermodynamics. And then understand that we have topography, and that's why wind currents work the way they do. You see, we actually have a way to demonstrate how air moves to create these hurricanes. These guys go to fantasy of air that can't be Velcroed is Velcroed and moving in a direction like it's sticking to something.
Dumbest shit I ever thought.
It's idiot. That's idiocy.
I know, man. It hurts. I have to wonder sometimes, man, am I part of the same species? I mean, that there never made any sense to me at all. And I'm like, people are, oh, yeah, well, sure, that makes sense. I'm like, no, it doesn't make any sense. What the hell?
Well, they are monkeys, Dave. Come on.
Well, I do believe they come from strawberries, so.
Well,
Oh.
bloody strawberries.
You hear that, Fabio?
So remember-
Use cousins.
Evolution.
So remember that. So remember, every time you eat a strawberry, you might be eating one of your cousins.
All right.
Have you heard that saying, don't cast your pearls to swine?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, don't cast monkeys to chimps. Peanuts to chimps, sorry.
actually looked into a lot of these things now. And I've learned how to do these things. And as a result, I'm currently an astrophysics astronomy major in a university. And I'm going to become a math and science teacher.
That's a words I like to remember is that the stronger wind, the stronger trees. And you're kind of, I feel like this is kind of questioning things that you never really cared about before. But then all of a sudden you start looking into it. And even though we're on completely different sides of this argument, we're both finding ourselves a lot more interested in things that we never would have been interested in before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I never, I realized that the Earth was a globe at about age 10. Because, and that's by my own demonstration.
Bo.
Prior to
I'm
that.
going to call bullshit on that.
Yeah, Bo, man. You realised it was a globe because you were
10-year-old.
told.
Did you hear that high pitched? Yeah, like yeah.
Nobody would ever have any reason to even have their mind go in that direction based on experience or observations at all.
No.
Never. That's why they always get tripped up with that. When I ask them that question, they have to think about it. Like that dude, he sat there, he was like, well, I don't even want to have this discussion anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, but at 10 years old, okay? Do you think this guy was debating whether the Earth was a globe or flat since he was 10 years old?
No.
Exactly, right. You hear your mates and they're all like, we're off round to gyms to play top trumps or something. You're like, nah, I'm all right. I'm off to my garden to prove globe.
Yes.
Like, whatever.
He's just smarter than all of us, dude. That's what it is. He's trying to make him seem like it's it.
Yeah, but don't you guys see the traits he's resembling? Why do you think I said do you think he's going to just admit that he's a narcissist?
No.
Never. They don't. Narcissists always project and never.
Mm-hmm. And he's being very mischievous in how he's been presenting the way he's talking about stuff tonight as well. So there's another trait. Really weird.
Does he say that, Gary Babinga? Bob, the science guy, claims you have to steer your car to adjust for Coriolis while driving down the highway. That's terrible. That's
Amazing.
terrible.
Wow.
They told me it was a globe, but I as a kid, I didn't really have a way of doing it. But then I saw Apollo 17 launch and had to wait 30 or 40 seconds for it to clear the horizon from 153 miles away. And then I got a pair, I used a pair of binoculars to look at a ship on the horizon, and I could see a curve, a hump of water there.
Okay, I'm not buying this bullshit.
Nope.
You can see a big hump of water. A big hump of water. Wow.
So guys, he was like the original anti-flat earther.
Yeah.
So all the anti-flat earthers, you should be ashamed of yourself because you are not following the beat of the drum of the king anti-flat earther, Bob the Science Guy. He's been doing it since he was 10 years old, guys.
Yep. You know,
AKA Indiana Jones, dude.
It's almost like this guy actually come up with all globe earth rebuttals, isn't it? Like,
And then think about it. How old is Bob actually?
I don't know, but I never heard about him before.
I'll be in his 60s, isn't he? I'll be in his 60s.
I'd say he's in his 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And he's saying he
who was that guy who saw boats going over the horizon with his right cheap telescope from centuries ago?
Galileo.
No,
Bob's as old as Galileo then. He just made the same claim.
Chris. Sorry, go ahead. I was going to say I used to go to his Facebook page and rescue people that were sucked into it, and he'd get mad at me. Like, dude, just don't listen to Bob. He won't talk to me anymore. But he wanted me to join Space Force, though. He was pushing that.
Oh,
Space Force? Yeah, they're everywhere making up now the Space Forces, not the militaries.
the Space Force.
Force.
Earth is Life for another $5 special. Thank you very much. He says, if you cut a piece of wood to 5 feet, but you need it to be 10 feet, what would you have to do to make it 10 feet?
What?
If you cut a piece of wood to 5 feet, okay, but you need it to be 10 feet, what would you have to do to make it 10 feet? You
Split
cut
it
another
down the
5
middle.
feet.
Yeah, you'd have to add a 5 foot bit of wood.
Split it down the middle.
And then put it together, yeah.
And then join the two ends.
Yeah, but
But you need the other 5 feet. You can't split it in the middle.
But does he know that's a measurement?
even so, splitting it and joining it back together is not like you can't make 5 foot be 10 foot.
You need the other piece that have 5 feet, and then you can put it together.
Yeah, just get another 5 feet, or you cut it in half, and you just put it together to make it a 10 foot. But you still, usually when you take a piece of wood and you go and you measure it to cut it, you're not going to calculate it to cut it.
Anybody who's done any kind of construction, what do they always say? Measure
If
twice.
you cut 5 feet, you can't cut it in the middle because then you just have 2.5 feet.
Well,
So you
let's
need-
put it this way. Let's say you've calculated now you need to cut 5 feet, okay?
Yeah.
Calculation is not going to help you much unless you haven't measured it to cut it.
No, exactly. You have to
Because the measure is the validation.
Exactly.
Okay, now when you guys are calculating your sun's distance and claiming it to be measured, it's not a measurement, it's a calculation.
Exactly, calculation. That doesn't make a measurement.
So he's making my point. Well done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing I could do other than go higher to get rid of that hump of water and see the rest of the ship. So I came to that realization about 10. I guess the biggest difference between people that are in the flat earth and the rest of us is that we accept evidence, and we can accept evidence that goes against what we believe.
Uh-huh.
So, here's a good example from my field. When I went to medical school, and for the first 10 or 20 years of my practice after residency.
Stop.
Sorry, but that is really...
Here's an example from his field when I went to medical school. I'm pretty sure at medical school they don't teach globe.
Mm-hmm.
And all he really did was increase his field of view if he got higher, right? so you can see further.
Yep.
When you go higher, you see further. It depends on the weather and everything, you know. But of course, you will because the atmosphere is not so thick. Of course, you will see longer or farther.
I mean, the globe thinks that because you're going up in elevation, you're seeing over a curve, which is just, I'm sorry to say, a retarded way of looking at things. What's actually happening is, if you understand things, you see further because you're opening up a wider field of view. So your angle to the quote unquote horizon is widening, so you're pushing that horizon out further. You're not seeing over any curve, you're just literally seeing further because you're able to, first of all, open that angle wider and see through less air, because the higher you go up, the less air there is to obstruct your view.
You know what's dishonest about it though, Flats, right? You can demonstrate the same thing on a flat surface. So then you've got two reasons why it could happen, haven't you? You know what I mean? But globers are like, oh no. You know what I mean? It's like, so that's a dishonest way of looking into things.
Yep.
You know where I got my children time, we had there a lot of mountains, big ones, yes. It was just great when you go up there, how long you see, how far you see, and it just was great, you know. Really was great.
Nice.
Really nice, yes.
Yeah, truth, Tim. He believes.
You know, it was common knowledge that women needed hormone replacement after a certain age, and that it protected their hearts.
What?
And made them feel better.
Wait.
Crazy talk.
You're claiming now that it is common knowledge that women needed hormones after a certain age.
Common knowledge about the flesh.
That is total bullshit, Bob.
Of course
you can get your correct nutrition. Just eat the correct foods, man. You don't need to get hormonal replacement therapy or anything just because you reach a certain age.
Of course not.
What did the people do before physicians existed?
I was going to say.
Sorry, women just died because they didn't have hormonal replacement. What?
Of course. Madness.
That's madness, man.
Yeah, he's selling his doctor though. He wants people to think he's really smart.
Yep. Spoken like a true physician.
No, spoken like a true doctor. Okay? There's a difference. A physician treats a patient. A doctor treats symptoms.
Well, in England, Dave, we don't have physicians like they're just doctors. Like, so.
Yes.
What do you do? What do you say when you rig something to work that's broken? You say, "Oh, I doctored it up a bit."
Yes,
right.
No, you positioned it, man.
Well, like you doctored an image.
Yeah. So when I used to break my cigarette and fix it again, you doctored it.
Yeah, in our region, it's called Krankenhaus, you know, like sick house, you know. Like always say words have meaning, you know. Call it health house or something.
But I mean, think about it. When we get older, the older you get, the more you realize, okay, I need some extra magnesium and calcium because my bones are a bit getting brittle. You know, I'm losing some things. Now, do I need to get hormonal replacement things for this? No, I don't. I just, fix my consumption, the food I'm getting, the type of nutrition.
There's no better way to screw up your entire endocrine system than to do that.
Of course.
You know, start taking in hormones and shit. Then your regular endocrine system just goes ahead and shuts down. Says, I don't need to do this anymore at all. I've got a different source.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
But atrophies and then it doesn't work. It's bad.
The pharma industry wants to keep in a sick station, you know. Not then you get that to die, but you be sick so they can sell you much of their products.
No reverse electric though, is there?
Here in Austria, one people actually takes 20 pills a day.
Wow.
Yeah, really much.
I used to do that intentionally. At one point.
Yeah.
In a night.
Well, but in a handful. I used to take 100 a night, 100 Valium at one point a night. Mm.
That's something different.
Oh, mental.
Well, in a day, not a night, you know, in a full day. Not anymore. Mhm.
No, the alternative health support is forbidden in Austria. You can't have this.
What, benzos?
No, it's forbidden for the other health care, you know, where you have vitamins or something like that, like a guru or something, you know, you can't make it in Austria.
I got you.
It's forbidden, yeah. It's just with pills and
Yeah. Got you.
yeah. Alternative healthcare.
Got some popcorn for the fantasy I'm watching with Bob. Okay, let's go.
Oh, I got a question for you, right quick.
But
Hold on.
then about 2004 or so, we had the Scandinavian nurse study come out where they just tracked like 10,000 nurses in Norway and Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
And they found that women that were on hormone replacement actually had a higher incidence of blood clots and heart disease and stroke than those that were not.
Uh-huh.
And that just went in the face of everything that we all had been taught. And we stopped prescribing it right then.
Okay, so he's saying that's what they were taught.
How he came to that topic now? He was first talking about flat earth.
Yeah, it's weird, but he's saying that's what they taught when they went to medical school.
Mm.
Well, I never went to medical school, so I can't say that, but I've never heard this argument before, though.
I just had a question right quick. What is alternative healthcare? Isn't just healthcare? Take the alternative off of it. You don't need an alternative. You just need healthcare, right? Let's say if you're sick. Yeah.
I mean,
I get where you go.
Some people go
like the pharma industry, all this involved, you know, like with herbs and vitamins and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah,
I
some
just think it's
people.
kind of. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I mean, but like I'm saying, you studied to be a physician, a doctor, whatever. And he said it was like the norms that people had to get hormone replacement. Oh, sorry, we didn't study to be a doctor, but we know straight away that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Couldn't he put two and two together and say, okay? You know what I mean? Had to wait for something to happen to people before he realized, okay, let's stop prescribing this to people.
I
What?
I think that the modern healthcare is the actual alternative healthcare, you know,
I agree.
as above, you know, thousands of years of known remedies and things for different ailments and the proper way to treat the human body. This whole thing, you got it right on the head. You know, how are we going to know if this is any good or not? Well, we'll see if people start dying or whatever. And then it don't matter. You know, with every one of these prescription medications that they make, already rolled into the cost is the potential lawsuits. Already rolled into the cost.
Yeah, like my grandma, she knows everything what was going on in the how you call it, in the woods, you know, where, when this grows, when that grows, but this knowledge goes just away, you know. She did everything with herbs and stuff like that, and it helps. It was the medicine what God gave us, you know. She never needed a doctor or something like that.
Yeah. So like old stuff like flat Earth and old remedies are like evil witchcraft, and we should shun them and take in the new alternatives of new medicine, and science, and technology. Right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, just gobble petrol. That's all they want you to do.
Oh, beautiful.
Just gobble petrol.
I just want to say thank you for the $5 super chat again, B-Ball. He says, I just purchased a plot of land. Wow, congratulations. that is 800 feet by 600 feet. Shame, not that big. How would I figure out the area of the island, of this land? Well, you calculate it, and if you want to go and validate it, go measure it. I don't understand. Does he still not understand that measurements and calculations are not the same thing?
Get a 2x4.
You can calculate something, but that doesn't make it true until you've measured it to validate it.
I like how you tried to spell physicians, Luca. Good attempt. Not quite though.
I mean, when you calculate something, you make like a math, not? And when you measurement something, you need the measurement.
It's like calculating how many wall tiles you'll need to do your bathroom. You pretty much guarantee you'll either be up or down a few boxes of tiles.
But if you measure it, you'll get it right.
Yeah. But
wow.
The people who are asking
because
these
the evidence was so overwhelming that
sorry.
we were simply
again, the people.
I was just saying the people who ask these kind of crazy things have never done any kind of like constructional work or manual labor or something. There's some dweeb sat behind a computer screen. They've never done no work that involves measuring or calculating, for that matter.
Yep. But I mean, I don't understand. He's making a point when he keeps saying, he's trying to say, how do I know? Yeah, you calculate it. Showing there's a difference between calculation and measurement. Now, when you go and you walk with a yardstick and you actually measure it, you're validating it. Now you've measured it. Does that mean you... Does that mean...
Do I get it right? Measuring is like when I take a thing and said how long it is, no? How much feet it cuts.
Yeah, right? You physically measuring it. You get a tape measure and measuring it. I mean, calculations is self-explanatory. You don't have to be there to calculate it, you know, to measure.
Well, let's put it this way. Because they assume Venus and Earth are the same size, they get all their ratios based on that.
Yeah.
Change Venus's size, the ratios won't be the same anymore.
Oh, why didn't they work off Jupiter? It's a lot bigger,
right? How come those gases on Jupiter are never mixing? How come they always just stay in different? What are they? What are the colors? You know, you have all these different colored, different clouds and shit. None of them ever mix together. They just kind of swirl around. Come on, and they always look the same. What's up with that?
Yeah, but even worse than that, though, Dave. How do you come to understanding that Venus is the same size when it's like beyond getting to? No man's ever been to Venus. So how do you come to the idea that it's the same size as Earth?
Right. They assumed it. They just assumed it.
Yeah, it's nothing real what they got.
I mean, the globe is literally just a faith-based religion based on assumption. That's it.
This makes me wonder if Duffy calculated all his investment schemes before he measured them.
We're wrong. We acknowledge that we were wrong based on the evidence. Flat Earthers cannot do that.
You don't think flat earthers can do that? I think that's kind of a really big stereotype there. That's embracing, you know, or that's kind of stereotyping a lot of different flat earthers.
Well, yeah, it is, and it's based on study of flat earthers for 5 years.
Whoa! Study of flat earthers for 5 years. Ooh, can you show us this study? Show these papers, please, where flat earthers have been studied. Hopefully, that I was part of that study. Were any of you guys part of that study?
Not me. Nobody talked to me at all.
No, I've never seen him.
Really weird. He loves making a lot of claims, though. I wonder if he's going to bring any of the backups for any claims.
Call him fallacy guy for no reason, do they?
Okay.
They are incapable of accepting evidence.
Again, why are you talking to him as third person? He is a flat earther right in front of you talking to you, man, Bob.
He's kind of talking down to him, isn't he?
Yeah, he's being condescending. That's what I said. He's a narcissist. This guy portrays psychopathy perfectly.
Well, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, you get your ass handed to you if you talk to people like that. I'm just saying.
Well, Carl Adams is a very kind guy. He's a very nice.
Well, he's
guy.
patient. So far, he's been really patient with them. I can tell. He's just now piping up. Yeah.
Evidence that goes against their beliefs. That's why they're not scientists.
Okay, I'm going to first point something out. Scientists and beliefs don't go hand in hand. If you have beliefs as a scientist, you are not a scientist, you're a pseudoscientist.
That's true, yes.
Because science is a method. A scientist is just someone who takes that method into practice. If you have a belief, it is not part of science.
And I doubt Bob's ever used a method in his lifetime.
Yeah, because if you have a belief and you go to do science, quote unquote, you have a bias. And therefore, it is an invalid experiment that you are trying to do because you have a bias.
And when you do science, really science, you can always repeat it. And
and you get the same results. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're not scientists. Okay, so I've got 2 jabs there from you on that.
These aren't directed against you personally. This is a problem. It's a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
And it's...
whoa. He's doing a Peter Markley.
Yep.
Yeah, Peter Markley. I'm not insulting you just after I told you an embarrassment, but I'm not insulting you.
You make a bad Christian, Flatfoot.
I know.
You're embarrassing.
Damn robothinists.
I know. I'm sorry to insult you. I'm sorry to insult you, but I will insult you anyway. It's
and then when your back's turned, I'll insult you some more.
Fast, and then I'll say sorry, but say that I'm not really sorry because I meant it. Wow.
I didn't know Will Duffy then, Peter. I will have messaged him a few times online.
I know. You have a good mate. Watch what you say, Sob, because we're good mates. Yeah, I messaged him a couple of times.
They were at the pub earlier, hanging out.
Like Sob was scared to say something anyway because he said, watch what you say, Sob. Like Sob would have held his mouth.
Yeah, right. My wife is always in constant fear of what might come out of my face at the wrong time.
I'm the same with Vicky, to be honest.
Yep. Yep. Conspiracy theories, people believe in conspiracy theories because they have reason to believe in them. Okay. They want to believe in them. And if it's flat Earth, that's fine. If it's Nibiru, that's fine. If it's the Illuminati,
can I just add that
accept that? Because
I don't understand. He says it's fine, yet he fights it tooth and nail. Does he fight the Bigfoot, guys?
Nope.
I don't know. Does he not?
Does he fight alien conspiracies?
No.
Does he fight ghost hunting conspiracies?
Never seen them.
No.
No.
But he says if you want to believe in a flat Earth, that's fine. But what does he keep on? What is his whole channel dedicated to?
No.
You're my obsession. Yeah.
Did he not just say that like people believe in this or that because they believe? Like.
Yep.
I mean, wow.
Well, the thing is, I know this for a fact. Bob actually thinks aliens are real, dude. I'm gonna tell you that out loud. He believes that, so he's just as guilty as anybody else with believing conspiracies. He's not got no proof of aliens, but he still believes it.
They don't call him Bob the Science Grey for nothing.
The Grey. Nice.
Skeptic, thank you for becoming a member, man. Really appreciate the support. You rock. Woo-hoo. It's good to see Skeptic back in the house. Haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
You were missed, man.
Definitely.
Okay, let's carry on.
Makes sense to them. It brings sense to things that they have that they don't get, and it gives them a sense of special knowledge, and it gives them a sense of community.
You see, this is what I would have stepped in with Kyle and said, Kyle, tell the guy I'm a flat earther. Stop talking to me as if I'm in a third person here. You know, what's going on? Why are you talking to me in
Flat.
some kind of weird derogatory third person way?
Also, though, I want to add to what he just said there about this need for community, because when I come into Flat Earth, I was on my own and I didn't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was just me and my computer and looking into things.
Sorry, Flats. I said I'd ask for Moomin Rider. I know he's not a member, but he does support outside of YouTube. So I did say I'd ask if you gave him a spanner, but it's entirely up to you, obviously.
You can have my
No. No. If I have to give him one, I have to give everybody one.
Yeah,
No.
I know.
Sorry,
Sorry, Flats. I did say I'd ask, and I totally forgot till now.
Sorry, remember, I would like to, but the thing is, if I give you one and everybody else asks for one, I'm going to give everybody.
Give him mine. You can have mine.
But you're the boss.
I know, I don't need a spanner. I can deal with anybody in
Yeah,
chat
you got a
without
wrench.
spanner.
Yeah, guys, because I'm giving all the members ones, though, because it is part of the perk for being a member. So, yeah, it will be unfair if I give Moomin one, unfortunately.
Yeah,
But I
give Moomin a membership, PJ.
I would give him a membership, but I'm skint in a minute, so I would definitely give him a membership if I had money.
Well, if I buy a membership right now, is he the next in line to get it?
Well, I don't know.
No, you can't guarantee that.
I know.
You can't guarantee it.
That you can't guarantee it. That's the thing.
You got Joseph C. 3 spanners for all.
Yay!
No, I said I would ask, and I did ask, so I've done my part. But no, I would definitely get one. But I've even lost my bank card. Vicky had to stop my bank card. I've got like £7 left in my bank, but if someone found that and they tried to spend it, they would give me a sub. You know what I mean?
Well, Moomin, I think you rock, man. I really do appreciate your support. Sorry about that, man. It's just that it'll be unfair if I have to give you and then someone else asks and I don't give them. Yeah, it's. No, it was just too much chaos going around when I gave everybody spanners again.
Of course.
Because everybody is like, now they're untouchable. You know what I mean? And so I'd rather give it to the members as a thank you.
Yeah, I get it. I understand why you're doing it, Flags, but I did say I'd ask, so I asked. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And they need that sense of community, and they need to feel that they have special knowledge or they're unique.
Isn't that kind of what
we're
you're
all
going
unique
through right now?
Yeah, but we're all unique.
How can Flat Earthers be unique when there's like millions of them?
Yeah, but I don't know. He's like, oh, you want to feel special and unique. And Bob's like, but we're all unique. Well, Bob, you don't believe uniqueness because you believe we're just here for, by chance. We don't have a reason to be. We just like
to be unique and have special knowledge, though, wouldn't you? Like have to be like a group of a few, like one or two, maybe 10 people at most. Like, but when you start getting into like hundreds of people and thousands of people and millions of people, there's no special knowledge. There's no, people just know.
Yeah, everybody's, we all are unique, so.
Well, God made us unique, right? And that's where the rubber meets the road. I think when you put the chips are down, and you have to like face your own mortality in your own mind. Is there a God or isn't there a God? That would be the question he needs to ask himself before he gets to that point. And that's where a lot of people don't want to go in life, and that's why they like the fantasy.
Yep.
I think.
I agree. That is exactly what it's about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't have a particular desire to show somebody that I have special knowledge that nobody else does.
That's bullshit.
Oh yeah, big time.
Wait. He what did he open this whole chat?
That's why he called himself the science guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally lying because he opened this whole chat with, I am so clever. I have studied to be a doctor. I'm going to be a teacher. I studied to do astronomy. I studied physics. You're literally gloating about all the knowledge you have the whole time. and how you are better than flat Earth. Is that not what he's been saying this whole time?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sounds like it to me.
Hence his name, though,
It's
isn't
the
it? Bob,
best.
science guy. I'm the science guy. I know more than you.
Yeah.
I've got the secret knowledge.
Yeah.
And look at that narcissistic laugh on his face while he's saying that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's that you will never prove. Same as Phil Bell. Phil Bell, bloody, he still gets memberships, and he hasn't been around for ages, has he? I haven't seen anything of Phil Bell.
Mate, Phil Bell is dense.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, isn't he just?
He's as dense as a pumice stone in water.
He does not
You know what
have-
this reminds me of? It's like Planet Peterson when he did that interview with Bob. He's in the same spot every time he does these, isn't he?
No, Leonard Peterson still refuses to debate me. He refuses, like, as in, he doesn't even want to touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is.
All the people he would debate is new people into flat Earth or fake flat Earthers.
Mhm.
Because he knows he has to debate someone like me or any of us here. He has nothing. What's up, Luca?
Hello.
How you doing, bro?
Yo.
I'm
Hey,
good.
Luca.
You see the new thumbnail? Did you see the new thumbnail?
I
for Flex
did.
Design? Pretty good, isn't it?
I
Pretty
did.
good.
Thank you, Fletcher.
Very good. I'm saying pretty good. It's very good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. You like your dramatic face on there.
It was quite a picture, though. I'm telling you.
Nice.
Maybe I should pose for you for the next thumbnail.
Yeah. You can pose.
Yeah, I don't
Like
think so.
do one of me praying or something.
Well, yeah, we do want you to pray. Absolutely do want you to pray. But in private, in your private closet, just to the Lord, not to us.
But yeah. Guys, by the way, there's a tomorrow hop on to PJ stream again. It's gonna be part 2 with him and Luca show. Bible contradictions.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a cool series.
Mhm.
So guys, do hop on and I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
One more picture.
There's
Yeah, I
the
missed the first one, though.
second part tomorrow.
You want to see the
Good.
thumbnail? Let's see.
Thumbnail's really good.
No,
It
but
is, it
Luca
is.
was doing great. He was not doing so bad. When you were had the show with him.
Well,
Richard.
he did well the other day. He kept the topic, and didn't cause a fuss, and agreed with some things, disagreed with others. So there you go. Yeah, it's a good thumbnail.
That's okay.
Even PJ agreed with some things as well.
Yes, I did.
Oh, sound like you had a good show, guys. I got to watch it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
it
there's
was yeah.
there. Because I was always thinking, like, where's my coffee? You know, when you're standing up.
I like it. Nice.
Coffee time. Afternoon
I
coffee.
want to know how the guy's got that armchair up in mountains.
He carved it out of rock, dude.
He looks like
I
a
made it very specific that the guy is sitting there drinking coffee on a couch
That's
in the
like
mountains.
Chesterfield in
Who
mountains.
is that anyway?
He looks like a modern day Viking. He probably just heaved it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a Scottish warrior, man. He's not a Viking.
Well, you
So,
know. whatever.
Flipside,
It's pretty much the
yeah.
same thing.
did you have any person in mind when you put that person there? Who is that anyway?
Scottish warrior.
It's Scotch
Oh.
weather.
So it's a
He was
some-
thinking of PJ,
someone-
dude. That's what
yeah.
he's thinking of.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They didn't want to accept
Ah.
Noodlehead, so joking.
Nah, that's cool. That's cool. I like
There
it.
you would have put like a depiction of God or something.
No, but then you
That way
see,
it would
the
look like
the show is afternoon coffee, so
Yeah.
afternoon coffee is
Yeah.
going to have different.
Different topics on it. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
okay, let's get on with the show. But thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Okay. You're welcome.
That wasn't your whole doctorate right there. Putting that on your wall, your whole doctorate there, putting that on your wall. I've got special knowledge about human physiology.
Yep.
Therefore, you should listen to me. kind
No,
of
I have
thing.
specific training for it.
Yeah,
I have specific training for it.
which is
And-
special knowledge.
It's good knowledge.
Yeah, but I've been specifically trained to do something.
Specific,
Yeah.
special,
Okay.
specific,
Wow.
both from the same root. Okay.
Yeah.
He's specifically trained. So this is the narcissist in him. I have been trained, so therefore I know what I'm talking about. You don't. You're beneath me.
Yeah, he's got a good bedside manner too, doesn't he? He's like a nurse. I'm telling you. I have been trained.
Hey, let me ask Bob. Yeah, let me ask Bob. Let me ask Bob a very specific question. Hey, Bob, since you've been trained as a pilot, and you claim we don't dip the nose down, why you show us dipping the nose down over your globe model?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It has to dip. It just does.
To me, I mean, it's just like if you have to read somebody right off the freaking bat. The first time I saw him, I was like, he hadn't even spoke yet. I says, "Oh my god, this guy! I bet you he's a prick." You know? And he is.
Yeah, you'd be about right. You'd be about right.
No, well, if you watch the preview I had before the stream, where I asked him, "Do you know what level the definition for level is?" No. Why don't you go Google it? I'll let you. You know, it's like, what the hell, man? I just asked you a question.
I know. No need for that. Because they know where you're going with it. So it's like, you do it.
And anybody can do that.
Yeah.
There's nothing special about me. The only difference between me and you is that I got into that particular school, and that was what I devoted my life for. You have a career, I'm sure. What kind of work do you?
You have a career, I'm sure. No shit, Sherlock. No, he just sits around and does nothing all day. His money grows on trees.
You know there is a money tree, right? I'm not kidding.
Kidding.
Oh man.
You do, if I may ask.
I work with kids. I work with troubled teenagers.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
That's why he's talking to you, Bob.
I got
That was a good one, Michael.
And that's why he's able to, treat him the way he's treating him. He's learned how to talk with troubled people, Bob.
be honest with you, I don't think that that's a field that I would be in, simply because, you know, I didn't really particularly care for my psychiatry rotations. There are people, my daughter loves working with people that have challenges like that. You know, that's her thing.
Yeah.
You know, more power to them. None of my kids, even though my wife's a nurse and I'm a physician, none of our kids.
But he says he's retired. How can you be retired and still be a physician? You were a physician. There's a difference.
Still having that though when you're retired.
I mean, you were a physician. Does he go into the office every day and still do his doctoral duties?
That would be weird if he did.
I know an old woman who
push him out every day.
I know an old woman who were a nurse, like, and she can still write retired nurse, like, on stuff.
I know an old woman who lived in
I would imagine he can call himself a doctor, retired.
Yeah, he can be a doctor. He's still classified as doctor.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
The point is, he's talking as if he's still in the profession.
Yeah,
he's not in the profession anymore.
Retired, like.
So it's weird. He's talking like he's still in the profession.
Yeah, you're either a practicing physician or retired.
Yeah.
Or sacked.
Or are you on a list? Are you on a list of people that do unscrupulous things within the profession, Bob? Is that a possibility?
It might be on list, Dave. That's for sure.
That's his middle name.
With one exception, my one daughter became a nurse. The other one is becoming a mental health worker.
Mm-hmm.
She's interested in psychology, and the other one wants to be a forensic psychologist. And but my son's going into finance, and my other two boys went into computer sciences. It's no doctors.
Oh,
yeah. So. You've got a whole bunch here about conspiracies. You like to bring that up, and so I went and researched what a conspiracy is. It's just
there we go. Yes, Kyle. Let's see if he knows what a conspiracy is, because he loves to say flat Earth's a conspiracy. So let's see how flat Earth is conspiring.
Exactly.
Okay, let's see. This should be good.
Any crime that is committed by two or more individuals. And I think a lot of people would agree with me that it's important, really important for police officers to believe in conspiracies. That's how they do their job. Would you agree?
Yeah, and that's a pretty typical response that you'll see. You notice that it didn't call it a conspiracy. What did I call it?
A conspiracy theory, which is kind
which
of
is a very different thing.
Oh, for goodness sake.
He hasn't got a clue, dude. It's a very different thing. Yeah.
Oh,
They're theorizing how conspiracies happen.
Yeah.
Doesn't a police officer only have a theory until he's proved that crime?
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Bob doesn't know what he's talking about. Sorry.
A conspiracy theory is still a conspiracy. It's just theoretically a conspiracy. That's all.
I'm not being funny, right? But we see this time and time again. These anti-flat earthers claiming that they've got this qualification, that. Has anybody seen that Bob's an actual doctor? Because I am.
Of course.
I'll stand corrected, but until
Well,
I see these
Michael,
things on paper,
the thing is, he was a
bullshit.
doctor proven, though, because there's court cases against him for malpractice.
Right. Right.
I think it was for malpractice because I think it was things he gave. I don't want to say anything, but
Yeah, no, of course.
up his stuff, it was.
That's fair enough. I've not seen this, like, so
But yeah, he's
like,
got proof
that's
he
fair
was a
enough,
doctor.
but like you get all these people running their mouth and that, and you never see it. Like, look at Craig with his bachelors and all that. Like, show me.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, Google him in Michigan as a physician. You'll find cases if you want to look at it.
Oh, this guy,
Bob.
Oh, I don't know if I want to put him into my search.
Yes. I don't know what he's been up to.
I hope I don't get tagged out like that if I start looking into him.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But yeah, when it comes to people like FDFE, I think he was a potato peel or something. I think he was just like on hand deck. He wasn't, as you said, a nuclear physicist. I don't buy that bullshit.
I don't.
He's a cabin boy.
I don't buy it.
I mean, the only photo he showed,
More like a
the
water
only
boy.
photo he showed was the uniform he had on was cabin boy uniform.
He had to keep the captain warm at night. That's what was up with that.
Same with Phil Bell though. Like, how am I able to make him look stupid with what he's commented, and him supposedly be a professor? Like, if I can show him to be wrong, how come I'm not a professor?
Right, I mean, you've asked him for his credentials umpteen times, and he
I've
says,
asked
I
him
won't be
loads
doing
of times,
that.
like.
I will not be doing that.
Yeah, I asked Fatzoid him, didn't I? On that.
Yeah.
Fatzoid had him on, he went, oh, no, I won't be doing that.
I won't be doing that. Yeah.
You're a liar, Mr. Bell.
So,
It's like when I had Sean Hawkins on the show and I asked him what are the distance to the stars. He's like, I don't owe you proof of that.
Well, it's been almost a year now since I've had him on my show, and he said he's going to do the demonstrations I asked for based on thermodynamics. Remember?
Yeah, and didn't he also
Yeah.
promise he'd come back
Where are
so
they?
we could ask him questions? Because
Yes.
I had a lot of questions for him that never got a chance to ask.
Well, remember he did tell you guys. You see that black stuff up there? That's gravity.
Black stuff.
I know, right? He's an idiot.
Yeah.
That's another famous one and all. If I'm up a mountain with a sextant, nothing else, if you're up a mountain with a sextant, how have you got up there as a sailor, you nutcase?
It's their condescending confidence is the only thing that they have, and that's all an act. But that's what convinces the other people that, oh, this guy's brilliant. They're not. They're just condescending morons. That's all.
See, they're overconfident, and that's their downfall.
Isn't it the trait of a chuff nugget?
A chuff nugget.
Look at that bewildered look on Bob's face.
great.
Just because Carl asked him a very simple question. You know what I mean? It's like, ooh, where's this going to lead to? Is this a got you? How am I going to get out of this?
Where's the
now,
door?
the difference between the two is conspiracy is two or more people plotting or conspiring to do something.
Kind of like Al Capone over there. You get the mafia, and they're conspiring to do things.
Yeah.
By the way, you don't need two or more people to conspire. One person can conspire too.
When he believes something, that he is looking behind it.
Mm-hmm.
A conspiracy theory is generally.
Sorry?
I'd like to know how he fits theory into this. Let's listen.
Yeah, and that's what he wants us to know. And I want to see how he fits that into Flat Earth. So let's see.
Not involving people. It involves.
Oh, wait. He just said theory doesn't involve people.
People have to make this theory, don't they?
So Flat Earth's a conspiracy theory, but there's no people involved in it.
Wow.
Exactly. I'm
Cool
sorry.
story, Bob.
Do you require a person to make a theory?
You do. You do.
So how do you have a theory without people?
You don't.
You can't.
You can't.
Oh my word. Okay.
Conspiracy theory is generally not involving people. It involves entities, the Illuminati.
Are they're people though, aren't they?
Oh man. The Illuminati is
First you
people.
have to take it too. You have to think about it too, but you don't actually.
And
need
don't forget
to.
about the aliens, though.
Yeah.
Is an entity a person though?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Consists of people.
Contradicted himself.
Illuminati is a group of people, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally contradicting himself. He doesn't have a cooking clue what he's talking about.
Like you have a group of people called the police. Yeah, there's people. You have a group of people called the Illuminati.
Illuminati, Rothschild, Bilderberger, they're much.
Yeah, but they're still people, though.
Yeah.
Sure.
I need to ask something though. Just because he has his doctorate in being a doctor, does that make him now an expert on knowing the difference between conspiracies or psychology or anything? He said he has no how can I put it, want to even to look into psychology, yet he's trying.
Wow, we've only
Hey, speak of the devil, Professor Phil Bell's in the chat.
Oh my goodness! What happened?
Hey.
Well, speak of the devil.
Professor
Wow.
Phil Bell, don't
you
you want to
mentioned
hop
his name
in?
too many times.
Wow.
Yeah. Don't you want to hop in and give us that demonstration you've been promising me for a year now?
Mm.
I remember the promise.
And
Come on.
I thought you were coming back on Flat Zoe, so we could ask you some questions, Phil, that you promised.
But you didn't.
But you didn't. No, you didn't.
They still
But
got a
it's good to
chance.
But it's good to see he's still around though, because he's been very quiet.
Well, definitely. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, he got a free membership yesterday, didn't
Yes, he did.
He always
I'm
gets
sorry.
a membership, even though he's not here.
he? Good God.
He does. I mean, he's
He's got a membership quite a few times gifted to him, by the way.
Oh, definitely. Every time at one point. Well, not every time, obviously, because if you're a member, you can't be a member again. Obviously, you need a month before that happened. But every time that month was up and somebody put something in, yeah, he was big.
It seems like YouTube's a little biased towards him, doesn't it?
It's a conspiracy, man.
See, now that's a
People.
conspiracy theory.
That's a conspiracy theory.
Yep.
Mhm.
And it took people to do it.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
The government, them. Now, the other thing that differentiates a conspiracy from a conspiracy theory is that eventually the truth comes out about a conspiracy.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Ah.
We get a
Always end
deathbed
up
confession.
true.
We get evidence.
Wow.
Sorry?
They always end up true.
Yeah.
That's the thing about conspiracy theories. They always end up true, Bob.
Yeah.
Ironic, isn't it?
True.
That supports it. A conspiracy theory, on the other hand, not only does not have evidence that comes out to support it, when evidence comes out to the contrary,
This guy is talking total idiocy.
He's
He's not.
clicky.
He's making shit up.
Yeah.
This is totally off of what is going on. And by the way, have you noticed he's doing what they do the best, obfuscating to not actually explain to Kyle how flat Earth is a conspiracy theory?
That's because it's not one. He's got to make this stuff up. He's just going to ad lib and ad hom everybody the whole time he's here. Yeah. Nonsense.
It's quite
Effect.
Get a
quite
life, Bob.
Come on, it's funny, isn't it? Though,
that is viewed as evidence of being supportive of the conspiracy theory because obviously they planted the evidence or faked it, or otherwise.
It was they.
It's proof in the mind of the conspiracy theorist that the conspiracy is true because somebody's going out of their way to present evidence to the contrary of the conspiracy. Therefore, that means the conspiracy must be true.
That in itself is a conspiracy theory, Bob. You just brought up your own conspiracy theory. So
But
now
he's a
can we
conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, but now if we take his own logical reasoning on this, his own conspiracy theory he just brought up would be false. Because he has no evidence for it.
No, he doesn't.
Did he not say it don't involve people? So
It
who's
involves
the
Bob.
Who's the they's just been talking about?
Oh yeah, gosh.
People. Yeah.
Gosh.
This is bad.
He's talking around of things. I don't know.
In circles,
I really do hope Kyle puts him in his place here.
Mm-hmm. I think he will.
What we've got here is a proper deceiver.
Yes, it's sure Bob's still around.
The only way I can describe this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have a failure to communicate.
Not worried.
Conspiracies exist in the world. Conspiracy theories exist in the minds of the conspiracy theorist.
Okay, yeah, you're kind of suspicious. You're plotting.
Yeah, you're suspicious. You're paranoid.
There are conspirators out there, and I think these are, but you're not quite there yet. It's not conspiracy fact yet. It's still a suspicion.
Well, no, it's not just a suspicion because the first step in a conspiracy is that you have a suspicion that the conspiracy is there and you start looking.
That's why it's a theory, Bob. You idiot. Because you have a suspicion that it's a... Oh, man. So he just tells Kyle no and then just repeats what he says in different words.
Aye.
By the way, what you just repeated, Bob, went against what you just said about conspiracy theory. Do these guys ever listen to do they ever listen to their own words they ever say?
No.
Mm-mm.
Maybe go back and watch his shows. Maybe he'll figure that out. Watch your own shows, Bob. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then you uncover evidence that demonstrates that there is indeed a conspiracy being performed by certain individuals. Watergate was a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And it was tracked down and the truth eventually comes to light. Conspiracy theories, that never happens. Because
Watergate was a conspiracy theory until it was proven correct.
Yeah.
Then Bob not understand Watergate was a conspiracy theory until the evidence got presented to show it was in fact correct.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're proving flat Earth, and now they got to put us on the burner. You know.
He still hasn't shown flat Earth as a conspiracy theory yet because flat Earth is what is flat Earth conspiring, guys? I still don't get it. What is this what have we been conspired done? What has flat Earth conspired?
We're conspiring to take away space from the little computer dweebs.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we don't need to do that. Natural law does that on its own.
Yeah. Well, you take away their fantasy and all their income from all the space stuff.
Of course, you get back to your sense and to your feelings.
Mm-hmm. So, Phil Bello, you're going to come in, man? We did ask you. We still got half an hour of the show.
I know. Ask Google what shape the Earth is. Wow.
Really, he said that?
Yeah, he said that.
That's amazing. Google's going to tell me. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Dumbass.
What?
they aren't individuals that you can investigate. The evidence is simply not there. And in fact, there is evidence to the contrary of the conspiracy theory, which only reinforces the conspiratorial thinking of the conspiracy theorist. Apologize for the dogs.
Yeah, my daughter's
So
coming.
once again, totally going against what you said. We said no people are involved in conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
You can't have them without people. That's true.
These guys are real chuff nuggets. Guys, I think everybody can become a doctor. If this is the level of smart you need to be to become a doctor, I think the street sweeper can become a doctor if he really wants to.
You probably do a better job.
Quite crazy.
Yeah.
I'm in here open doors. And
By the way, I've seen really dumb doctors in South Africa.
You have to want. You have
Really?
to want. You have
Really
to want to become a doctor, though, don't you? Like, because you might have other things in life you want to pursue that, like, you could be a doctor if you wanted to be, but you chose to pursue a different career path.
Let me ask you, do you think it's wise to study your whole life, make yourself in a lot of debt to study for 7 years, hope you get into the profession to pay off that debt?
Hell, we got a doctor here that amputated the wrong leg off of somebody.
Really? That's nice.
Yeah, as well as happened, they take the wrong person's file.
That's
And the guy
right.
goes, yeah, the guy goes in for a, I think it was a bunion, and they amputated the arm.
unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, we had the wrong file.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. I worked in a physical therapy center here, and they have patients in house, and they'll just get the name wrong on the file, and they'll give the wrong medication to them. And I've had people go blue because on the regular, at least twice a week. Yeah, the malpractice is a normal thing.
They have to carry malpractice insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would take a wheelie bin out and run over my foot with wheelie bin, and went for an X-ray on my foot, and they were like, no, there's nothing wrong with it, like, you've just bruised it. And then I got a letter about 3 weeks after saying, sorry, we misjudged your X-ray, you have actually got a break in your foot.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God, dude.
Walking on it for 3 weeks, man. Crazy.
Well, that's quite crazy. I mean, there was a woman where she was they gave her stress medicine, but they didn't give her stress medicine, they gave her high blood pressure medicine.
Oh,
She almost
That's the exact
died.
opposite, right?
She almost died.
Yeah.
Sure.
She couldn't figure
So-
out what was going on, why she's all fluttered the whole time, her face is red, everything is very bad, she feels sick. No, they just gave her stress medicine until they found out that this isn't stress medicine, this is high blood pressure medicine.
And there's also medicine out when you're depressed. It can go to the better way, or it can go to the that you are so depressed that you like to kill them. This is really horrible.
So it shouldn't be played around with, right? It shouldn't be like toyed with. No.
Sorry?
Take it serious. Yeah.
It's pure negligence. It's pure negligence. That.
I were on
50-50 chance.
I were on depression tablets. Now I weren't suicidal, I was just depressed.
Yeah, me too.
I take these depression tablets, and then I felt suicidal, and I went to the doctor, and I said, look, I feel worse. And he was like, yeah, well, they will make you feel worse, but then they'll start to make you feel better. But literally,
You can't have it. You can't have it.
I wanted to kill myself, and I didn't feel like that pre-taking them tablets.
But you see, the problem with antidepressants, Michael, eventually it doesn't work and you have to get stronger and stronger. So I know. I actually had one of my best friends was on antidepressants until eventually he did commit suicide because it just didn't work. He got more negative effects out of it than positive effects.
That's what I meant, yes.
It made
So
him
that's
more
not really a cure.
Yeah, it made him more depressed than what he was.
It's not a cure.
I get metazapine for antidepressants. I don't take them. I don't touch them. I don't. They prescribe them because they think I need to take them, and I don't take them.
Maybe they're trying to hurt you, PJ.
Yeah,
That's just more. Definitely.
Let's see.
Doctor will just throw out any tablet at you. Like they're not care.
No, no.
You're good at doctor, and you walk out with prescription every time.
Yeah, and if you're saying your depressing tablets are not working, they're up your dose, lower it, put it, or just put you on another depressing tablet and try you in every single one.
I were on full whack, right? Like there were 3 increments on ones I were taking, and I were on full whack, and they were like, "You can't stop taking these. You need to whittle yourself off." And I just stopped taking them dead. I didn't feel no ill effects, so I know.
It was the pills. Yeah.
Interesting.
Stuff. So, yeah, it's both of us here. But, okay, so you're saying that a conspiracy is, or sorry, there's a conspiracy which is with people, and then there's conspiracy theories which are in the minds. And I was kind of a little bit lost as to whether or not you agreed with me about it being a suspicion or not.
Well, no, they both involve a suspicion, but with a true conspiracy, the suspicion bears fruit. Upon investigation, there's actual evidence uncovered, and it can be tracked down.
Okay, but you still haven't said how flat Earth is a conspiracy. How flat is a conspiracy theory? You haven't said at all. You see, this is the game these globalists play, because now it's obfuscated from the point.
In everything a conspiracy theory, though, until proved that people are conspiring to do it with this evidence.
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
But the thing is, you see what Bob's done. Because the main point was Kyle's trying to figure out how flat Earth is a conspiracy. Okay? Bob is now obfuscated. They do best. Roger, you might have to mute, man.
Yeah, hold on. It's just a little girl. She's getting uppity.
Sorry. And then, so because he's obfuscated, Kyle's whole thing he's been asking for is just getting pushed aside, and he's arguing in what is a conspiracy theory against a conspiracy, where it should be, tell me how flat Earth is a conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
that's it.
I don't think he will.
With a conspiracy theory, you don't have evidence of it. You have evidence to the contrary. And that only reinforces the conspiracy in the mind of the conspiracy theorist.
So flat Earth's not a conspiracy theory then, because there's loads of evidence.
Exactly. By his omission, that flat Earth is then not a conspiracy theory, but a conspiracy, and that means it's true because we have evidence we see too far based on your model claims. We have evidence we are breathing, therefore it's contained, based against your model claims. We have evidence the Earth is stationary based on observation that goes against your model claims.
Yeah. Bob likes his Mountain Dew.
Yeah, but I don't see a conspiracy there at all. That's why it's amazing.
No, definitely not a conspiracy, but we have evidence, so therefore not a conspiracy theory.
Much people waking up.
Yeah, and he still hasn't explained what Flat Earth has conspired to do.
No, see, and that's the whole thing, is that the whole idea is that they've turned that whole term into something that it doesn't mean at all. Okay, they weaponize the term conspiracy theorist. Okay, so if you have a theory that there was a conspiracy by people in high places to do things in collusion that were in their interests and probably not in the best interest of other people, what's wrong with that? Are you trying to say that never occurs? Powerful people never collude to try to benefit themselves at the expense of others? Never? Really? Okay, so that right there is a theory that there's a conspiracy afoot. Now, when you break down the people that are involved in that conspiracy, how it's being perpetrated, and what ends it's there, and you have enough evidence, there's nothing wrong with that either. So what they've done is they've turned this into a term that means wacko, crazy. And this was done by our own CIA here in the United States after the Kennedy assassination. Okay, there was people that had alternative ideas as to what really happened, that there was actually a conspiracy to murder the president of the United States. And one of the people that was involved with that, they ended up dead. Very well-known reporter at the time named Dorothy Kilgallen. It's very obvious that she was murdered, but they made it look like she accidentally took some pills and drank some alcohol and was reading a book and just died. No. Why was her glasses in the other room? So there was a lot of stuff. What they did is they put out their own people then with their own conspiracy theories that were completely wacko, maybe even involve aliens or some shit like that. So people would dismiss the idea of an alternative theory as to what had occurred to JFK. As soon as they started people questioning the moon landing, which occurred immediately. Okay, even Gus Grissom was a skeptic, right? There was people that I had the idea that there was a conspiracy by higher ups in this space program to fake this moon landing because they found anomalies. So what did they do? They put out their own conspiracy theorists. Who's that guy? Hoagland? Is that the guy who I'm thinking of? Hoagland? He's like out there talking about alien bases on the moon and shit, and he worked with NASA supposedly and all this other. He's put out there by them, and of course he sounds wacko. They want you to think that anything outside of the mainstream story is whack job. Oh, it's just people on the internet, just dumb people, just stupid people. They're not experts. They don't have degrees. This guy, he's all in on the degrees and little pieces of paper and shit. And that's what blows their mind when they go to talking to me when I'm refuting their shit and showing them I'm keeping up. And I'm like, dude, I quit school as soon as I found out those papers don't mean shit. Okay, the information's freely available to you. If you're not intelligent enough to decipher the information and weed out what's bullshit from fact, well, then you don't really have a place in getting any higher education to begin with.
So, Saad, wouldn't you say that would be a conspiracy in itself? To conspire to make conspiracy theorists look crazy?
Yes, absolutely. So the CIA actually conspired to make people that had conspiracy theories look wacko. Absolutely.
And it's weird that people are always involved.
Mm-hmm.
And he says there's no people involved with the conspiracy theory. Weird.
Keep that.
Okay, so when
Because
you have
they're
things
hiding.
like MK Ultra, that was a conspiracy or conspiracy theory?
MK Ultra, the LSD trials, that was a conspiracy.
Okay, that was a conspiracy.
Watergate was a conspiracy.
Okay.
There were conspiracies involved in the Vietnam War.
Weird. So, Bob, isn't this Bob the same guy that says you don't trust the government? Why would they lie to you?
I know he believes the MK Ultra conspiracy, but
But before evidence were found or proved to prove that it were a conspiracy, were there not people talking about it before that as a conspiracy theory?
They were seen as nutters.
Of course.
You guys are just idiots. You're just seeing things that aren't there. Mm-hmm. It's weird. I mean, this is the same guy that says, "Oh, you should trust the government," and literally just pointed out a few government ops. That's weird.
NASA's never involved with those ops neither. NASA never does anything wrong. Sorry.
No, NASA just jerks off dolphins trying to make them talk. It's really crazy.
As demonstrated by the Pentagon Papers.
Okay. And there's, I guess, if it's been discovered, then it's a conspiracy. But if it hasn't been discovered yet, do you think it's possible that there are things that haven't been discovered yet?
No, because one of the, yes, there's obviously.
No, but yes.
Good answer.
Wow. No, but yes. No, but yes.
Mm-hmm. Good answer. I mean, very decisive. Very decisive.
And direct, too.
Well, it's a conspiracy theory that it means yes.
Yeah. Not fickle at all. Not fickle at all.
These out there that are unknown. However, the approach to a conspiracy theory is different than an approach to a conspiracy. All right. Watergate could be traced to individuals. We had individuals that broke into Democratic National Headquarters. And careful investigation traced that back to the people that were controlling them.
Oh,
So we had the G.
two of
Gordon
which-
Liddy's all the way up to President Nixon.
Hey, two of which that got caught were in Dallas on November 22nd, 1963 as well. Listen, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, Watergate and the Kennedy assassination are tied together just like this, man.
Mhm. But you know,
G.
but
Gordon
look at this.
Liddy and E.F. Hunt, or Hunt, Edward Hunt, those two right there, big time. They were both in Dallas on November 22nd, and it's speculated that Liddy was the one that actually capped the cop, and he was supposed to shoot the guy in the back of the head, and he screwed up and shot him in the front of the head. The cop, Tibbetts, it was a striking resemblance to John Kennedy. In fact, his nickname around the precinct was Mr. President. He looked so much like Kennedy. Uh-oh. Two
But-
bodies.
But
But
the-
you see what I'm saying?
Go on, sorry. Go on.
But you see what I'm saying? He's talking about things that they conspired to do something. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
where is the flat earthers conspiring to do anything? That's my whole point.
Yeah, but
Where is the conspiracy?
But worse than that, like they don't just come out and say, "Oh, by the way, people, there were a conspiracy," right? In order for a conspiracy to be uncovered, people must have had a theory that there were a conspiracy happening in order for it to be looked into and evidence found. So you can't have a conspiracy without having a conspiracy theory.
Of course.
Mhm. Yeah, it starts off as a conspiracy theory, which requires people to conspire. So if you're claiming flat Earth is a conspiracy theory, Bob, it means somebody, a person or some people are conspiring to do something. So what is flat Earth conspiring to do, and who are those people that you said should not be there to be a conspiracy theory? Things don't just pop into existence for nothing. It takes people to actually conspire to make it a conspiracy theory, to make it then validated as a conspiracy, as you put it. So, and if it was validated, it's no longer a conspiracy, by the way.
Yeah, I think he thinks we're conspiring by telling people about flat Earth. We're lying about it. That's his idea that we're conspiring. That's his conspiracy.
It don't know what a conspiracy is. That's top and bottom on it. Let's
No,
be
you don't.
fair.
Could be.
We had trials that demonstrated evidence, and we had witnesses to the conspiracy. Okay, we could sit down and say, you did this on this date. Okay, contrast that with a moon landing denier. Okay, well, moon landings can't take place. Okay, why? Well, space can't exist because it's a violation of the second law of thermodynamics. Great.
Ooh, I'm
He's
glad
right.
you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a conspiracy, Bob. That is fact.
Yeah.
For sure.
Once again, showing he doesn't know what conspiracy means.
What's the effect of work on entropy?
The effect of work on entropy. Entropy is just the quantity given for work done.
Yeah.
What the
I thought he studied physics, didn't he?
Once upon a time.
Oh, okay.
He fell off a wall.
Can you
once.
reverse entropy by putting energy into the system? Yes, you can. All right.
Sorry.
You can
Reverse gas pressure filling available space by adding energy to it. What? Sorry, I go back.
Yeah.
What did
Bob
you
found
say?
the fountain of youth, dude. He did. He found it.
Listen.
On entropy. Can you reverse entropy by putting energy into the system? Yes, you can. All right.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to go crack an egg in the pot pan quickly. And tell me if I can uncrack that egg, please.
If you put a bit more energy into it, Flats, of course you will.
Okay.
Cook it a little longer. Maybe it'll become an egg again.
Does he know, with a second of thermodynamics, with entropy of a gas, it physically moves. It's physically in another place. You add more energy to it, it's not going to stop it from physically moving to that place.
They'll just make it move around faster.
Right. Wow, it's just crazy what they come out with, man. This is so
But you see
basic.
the way he says it, it makes him sound like he knows what he's talking about. So the gullible audience will
Mate,
just leave
mate,
it.
stupid professor in chat now says the exact same thing.
Wow.
Phil Bell, yeah.
Is it Bell? Yeah.
Phil Bell says exactly the same dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for Phil Bell's demonstration he said he would give us. It's almost a year now. Phil, where's this demonstration, man?
Right.
There is a link in the top of the chat, right?
Do we have
Bring him on.
evidence from multiple governments that we went to the moon? Where the radio
Bob, the fact that you're saying, let me put it this way, it's no longer a conspiracy theory, quote unquote, is because the claim that they went to a place that violates natural law shows that they didn't go. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's fact shown true because it would mean they violated natural law. There's no conspiracy there. Get it? If they didn't violate natural law,
There's
and the
too
thing
much
was,
evidence.
you know how it would be a conspiracy theory if you didn't evoke defying natural law. Oh, they didn't go because they were just planning it to play a joke on you. That would be a conspiracy theory. Okay? Because how are you going to prove that they were just playing a joke, a prank on you? But if you're saying they didn't go because they can't, because it violates natural law, it's not a conspiracy theory, it's pointing out fact. By the way, it's not a conspiracy theory anymore because it's proven to be true.
That's how the world works.
By admission, so by admission, Bob has proven the conspiracy theory is now a validated conspiracy, and therefore they never went to the moon.
It's become to a lie that the artist said.
You know, it kind of reminds me like it's Babylon almost. They're trying to get to heaven.
Almost.
Yeah.
Babel.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll do anything. Yeah. That's good.
I mean, we look at it now. You hear about the descriptions of what was going on in Babylon, what was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Yeah.
And you take a look at like these pride festivals and shit that are going out right in the middle of the city, and there's just people, and they're accepting it, people defending it, people defending this reprehensible behavior in public, and calling you the bad guy for pointing out that that's wrong, right? You're the bad guy. And it's just like, what in the world? It's exactly the woe be to those that call good evil and evil good, you know? And we're in that. We're right in that right now.
You're far in it.
Everybody's mind has been hijacked to such a degree. I can't even get over it. And it's really becoming really evident more and more closer we get to this stupid election. I'll be so glad when that shit's over. You know, I'm so tired of this sophomoric bullshit that's going on all the time, you know, and all these distractions and mind games that they're trying to play on people every day. Just makes you want to scream.
Yeah. I get it.
With the television, they really got the power to bring it out to program.
Do you know what the first television broadcast was, Jam? Do you know what the first thing broadcast on a television was?
It was the Hitler rally, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Nuremberg Hitler rally.
Yeah.
Of course.
The television was developed and designed and patented as a mind control device.
Yes, it was also
done its job, wasn't
near
it?
the MK Ultra program.
It's done its job. It's done its job.
Certainly has, and they've been perfecting it over the years.
Mhm.
Listen, they had rooms full of monkeys wired up to machines, man, monitoring their brains, checking flicker rates of images on TV to see what it did to their brain, so they know what flicker rates to be using and everything. Refresh rates.
Remember, they went to the moon because they saw it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is a television is It's a programming machine.
Mhm.
I
Anyway,
remember ODD did a whole series called As Seen on TV, and it's right up this line. He walks through all of it. It's a good little show. Yeah. Sorry.
I'd have
Exactly.
to check that one out.
yeah. So closing statements, Ryan. As always, brilliant closing statement. Brilliant.
Give him a second. He'll be popping in. Hold on. Wait, no? Huh? Nothing?
I'll speak. I'll speak. So Bob goes on all these channels spouting his rubbish, and all he's doing is making more and more flat earthers every time he speaks. He doesn't know what a conspiracy theory is. He's just making stuff up.
That's it. He's a liar.
You're wrong.
That's the thing. He's a liar. He doesn't know what a conspiracy theory is. He doesn't even seem to. Well, he knows what a conspiracy is. He just doesn't realize it. A conspiracy theory has to be a conspiracy theory first before it becomes.
Like he said, he's trained, not Bishop.
Yeah. So he's a liar. And for anything else, I mean, we've seen what he's like with a dip in the nose demonstration over a globe while saying it doesn't dip his nose while demonstrating it. He's a liar, man. He's a liar, and I don't think anybody.
So much Globers just say then, yeah, but the airplane just stays on the same heights as every time.
Yeah, but
they
the
don't
problem
get
with-
it that they would fly out of the.
The problem,
the
like
cliff.
the demonstration, what Bob showed with that airplane is what these all balls will dodge and make lies up about, but it's on an axis, so it's got a top and a bottom.
Of course.
So when Bob was demonstrating that plane going around that globe, it was dipping its nose down.
Yeah.
No, it's no but because Earth weren't rotating that way.
Yep, this is why Dave McKeegan tried so hard to tell me I'm wrong when I literally told him, listen, yeah, you got an orientation, so therefore you got an up and down. They don't like this.
No.
Of course not.
No.
Yeah. So Riga, what's your closing statement?
Well, I think Bob is really full of himself, for one, but he wouldn't have anything to have a topic on if the flat Earth wasn't in the arena. It's not conspiracy; it's just an idea to begin with, and they're fighting the idea. They don't want to live here. I think he's fighting himself, and he's comfortable with it. That's what. Yeah, it's gone to his head, and the more we feed it, the worse it's going to get. So I think Saab may have a point. To keep feeding people like Bob, give them attention, they're going to just consider themselves right every time they talk, no matter what they say. He made absolutely no sense, but yet he carried on the conversation tonight like he knew what he was talking about when he had no idea.
People like Bob are a useful idiot. Like it's people like Bob who propagate this globe bullshit. Like you only need a few people to actually know about it, and then rest of idiots like Bob just propagate it.
That's right.
That's true. And I think they want people like Bob in here to distract everybody and make them feel normal, you might say, instead of like questioning what you've been taught. That's all.
Yep. Exactly.
And they don't heard much about flat Earth yet.
We hadn't heard anything about flat Earth, dude, at all. What are you talking about?
All we heard him doing the whole time was being condescending to all flat earthers, talking to what's the name, as if he was talking in third person for some odd reason, and insulting and saying it's not insulting. That was reckless. And then obviously just talk a whole bunch of bullshit, making stuff up.
He's full of himself, man. He really is. He's full of himself. He takes himself way too serious, man. You know. I see a personality trait in him where he's a bossy son of a bitch. I guarantee you, he's not used to people telling him no.
He looks like that. You're right.
Like you said, he's correct.
Yeah. So PJ, you want to shout out your show?
Yeah. Tomorrow it's I haven't done a morning one for a few days. That's for reasons for because other people's times managing to get on the stream and that. So tomorrow it's an afternoon one. Tomorrow it's an afternoon one, 3 p.m. GMT, and an hour later than usual when I usually go in the afternoon. It's Luca. Doing Bible contradictions, and then he won't be on again for another month or so. I mean, that's it. The second
Roger, you got a show tomorrow morning?
I'm gonna do one. We're gonna go over some of Mikey's star work, and I think we're gonna dissect it. We got some footage that coincides with it. We want to like demonstrate it and look at it for what it is.
Mikey
That's
Smith.
all.
Yeah.
Well, Mikey Smith. Yeah.
Awesome.
Roger, you make always a great show. I really liked it.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
We appreciate that.
Appreciate you coming in. It's awesome. By the way, guys, Jam also has a channel. Him and Mike. It's in German though.
German, but now I have the undertitle in English.
But yeah, guys, do go support the channels on Really,
Thanks, bud.
do appreciate you all.
Thank you,
Dave,
Wesley.
you got a show?
Hi and goodbye and good night and all the good stuff.
Hey, Dave, your voice changed.
You're always so deep and meaningful.
Oh, was you talking? I couldn't hear everybody. I was talking. Was that to me?
Yeah.
You got a show?
Coming up?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go live tonight. Yeah, 9:35 Central
Yes.
or Eastern time. So
Nice. So yeah,
Nice.
thanks all for coming. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to go to Roger's stream, PJ's stream, and Soft's stream, and go support everybody else's as well. Really appreciate you guys. Please hit the likes if you haven't already. Share the show. It really does help. Appreciate all the support. Welcome again to all the members and everybody that just supports the channel. You guys are awesome. See you tomorrow. Many
Thanks,
blessings.
bud.